Average order value, also known as AOV in the marketing space. Do you know what yours is? Today, we're going to talk about this very important metric and 3 specific ways that you can get that AOV number to go higher this season. These are quick things to implement, and I'm really excited to share this with you. Let's get started.
Hey there, this is Corinna Bench, and welcome to the My Digital Farmer podcast. In today's market, it's not enough to just grow your product. You've got to know how to sell it too. Welcome to the My Digital Farmer podcast, where we reveal online marketing strategies and tips to help farmers like you get better and more confident at marketing. Learn how to find more customers, increase your sales, and build a strong brand for your farm. Let's start the show.
Well, welcome to episode 269 of the My Digital Farmer podcast. I am your host, Corinna Bench, one of the farmers at Shared Legacy Farms out in Elmore, Ohio. I'm also the founder of MyDigitalFarmer.com, which is all about trying to help other farmers like you get more confident in your marketing and sales strategies so that you can grow a profitable business. How's everyone doing today? Welcome back to the show. Big shout out to all of my regular listeners, my binge listeners. And if you're new to the show, I'm really glad you're here. Welcome to the community. Make sure that you subscribe to the podcast. You're going to want to do that. And then go check out some of my back issues. You can scroll through. I've got over 250 of them now. And I'm sure you can find something there that piques your interest. If you're really new to the marketing space, though, and you need kind of a 101 crash course, I recommend that you go listen to the first 10, or even better, get onto my email list, because when you do, I'm going to send you a weekly email for like 3 months that's going to walk you through the marketing jungle and kind of get you onboarded into what you need to know. And you can do that by going to mydigitalfarmer.com/subscribe. I get really good reviews for that, so definitely take advantage of that. Today's episode is sponsored by my friends at Local Line. Switch to Local Line and grow your farm to new heights this season. Local Line is the most comprehensive sales software built for farmers and food hubs. Its features include e-commerce, automated inventory management, subscriptions, a website builder, point of sale, and more, helping you increase your sales and streamline your processes. So whether you're a CSA farmer or you sell meat, you run a food hub, or maybe you sell wholesale or offer a herd share, Local Line has the tools and features that you need to succeed. We're a big fan. Are you looking to switch to a sales software that does it all? Subscriptions start as low as $49 a month with no setup fees or sales percentages. That's huge for me. Plus, if you join Local Line today, your onboarding manager will migrate your storefront at no cost, so you can be up and running in no time, even in the middle of the season. As a bonus, if you are a podcast listener, Local Line is also offering a free premium feature for 1 year with your subscription when you use my coupon code MDF2024. So go to mydigitalfarmer.com/local line and then enter the coupon code MDF2024. Make the switch today. And now back to the show. Welcome back, everyone. Today, I wanted to read a review or an email that I got from Blackberry Pond. This is Sue Miller. She sent this to me just this morning, and I wanted to share it because she's talking about how she's a part of the coupon code challenge that we are running live during the month of June. And she did one of the weekly challenges, and she was sharing her results with me. I just want to read it to you because it's really cool. She said, we did this coupon promotion in this email the past Saturday at market. We gave people a coupon code to use on Local Line for 10% off if they would give us their email address to add to our email list. And it worked. We got tons of email addresses, and we had one customer who used the coupon code to sign up for the CSA and the add-on share of whole milk. Thank you again. So I love hearing stories like that where you're taking some of the tools that I'm sharing with you, you're trying them out, you're playing in the sandbox, and you're learning things. So thank you, Sue, for sending that to me. It was encouraging. Makes me feel like other people are learning too. If you want to send me a rating or a review, head over to Apple Podcasts and do so, or you can send me an email and tell me something that you're learning that's really encouraging. I may end up reading it on the show. So today we're going to talk about average order value. The top 3 ways to increase your average order value. There's actually a much bigger list of ways to make that average order value go up. I'll probably share those in a future podcast, but I wanted to focus on the top 3 because you are now at the beginning of your season as a farmer, and this should be one of your goals. This is a majorly easy way to increase the revenue of your business. If you just get everyone to spend a little bit more every time they buy something from you, you will see a huge jump. And I think we sometimes spend too much focus on acquiring new customers. We think of that being the only way to grow our revenue, when in fact, getting the average order value to go up or increasing the amount of money our current customers spend in 1 year, which is called the customer value, getting that to go up, those are actually much more beneficial and exponential for us. So we're going to spend a whole episode talking about 3 strategies to get that AOV number up for you this coming season. And I want you to take this seriously and play around with these strategies over the next few weeks, wherever you are, whether you're doing your business live at the market or if you do it online. This is powerful stuff. Today's podcast is sponsored by Farm Marketing School. This is my monthly membership where farmers can come in and build marketing assets one at a time in special 30-day build projects that I've created for you. Right now, there are like 8 projects inside of Farm Marketing School, and every month a new one gets added. And you basically subscribe for 30 days, or you can stay in for a couple months or 3 months. You can stay in the whole year. But what you're doing is you go inside and you decide, this is the project that I want to work on. You take the class, the workshop class that's recorded, you just watch it, and then you build it yourself. So this is the DIY version of Accelerator. There's no coaching element or mastermind or Zoom meetups. It's just you going in there, watching the class that the accelerators saw live with me, and then working on it on your own. So if you're a DIY type of person and you think you can do it yourself, this is an amazing resource. There are projects in there for how to build a promotion plan, how to build your email nurture sequence, how to write a great weekly email, how to build the website homepage messaging, what goes on that homepage, how to build a lead magnet, and more. So if you want to see what's in the Farm Marketing School, you can head to mydigitalfarmer.com/FMS. And I encourage you to subscribe for 1 month. Check it out. I have a whole onboarding, like a crash course in marketing that I encourage you to take in your first week. There's an assessment inside of there that's going to help you know which elements you should build first. It's so good, and I would love it if you would give it a shot for a month. Let me know what you think, and if you decide you like it, you can stay in there for several months in the off season and get a ton of your marketing stuff done. First of all, I want to ask you, do you even know what your average order value is? If you don't, please do your best to try to figure that out, because if you don't know this number, there's no way, you're flying blind, and there's no way for you to know or project what your income is going to be in a given season. So let's just back up and let's define average order value real quick in case there are some people listening who are kind of new to this concept. AOV stands for average order value. It's the acronym that we use. And it's a key performance indicator that measures the average amount of money spent each time a customer places an order with you on your website or through your online store or in person. And the way that we calculate the AOV is by taking the total revenue that you brought in divided by the number of orders. So for example, if your online store makes $10,000 in revenue from 200 orders, your AOV would be $10,000 divided by 200, which is $50. Now, your average order value will differ based on like what your product line is. So those of you who are meat producers, you're going to have a lot higher average order value kind of baseline than I would as a vegetable producer. And so when I sit here and try to set a goal to increase my average order value to a certain number, I'm not going to go look at a meat producer's AOV number as a benchmark, right? I'm really just looking at like, what am I currently doing now? And what would my life look like if I could get that number to go 10% higher, 20% higher, right? And I pencil out the math, and it's pretty exciting when you actually do that. So knowing what your AOV number is right now can really allow you to make some projections for what small little shifts in your marketing strategy could do for your bottom line. All right. I recently have been working on this myself in my business. This has come up for me personally as we have begun our main season this past week. I'm recording this in the middle of June. We have an online store outlet. So our CSA makes up probably about 65% of our revenue. And we do have an online store that's a growing element of our business. We're trying to grow that a little bit more. I think we do have kind of a limit, though, to where we want that to go. But anyway, we are trying to grow the number and the amount of revenue that's coming from it. And so as I was putting stuff into the online store this week, I was looking at my past numbers last year, and I was looking at the AOV, which I do track on a spreadsheet. And that AOV fluctuates quite a bit based on what season of the year we're in. We have a lot of stuff in the middle of the summer, right? There's way more product in our store than there is in the first few weeks. So I was just kind of noticing that. And that last year we didn't have some of these strategies in place. And my average order value was pretty low, I thought, for what I was aiming for. Sometimes we would only have people ordering 1 or 2 items in a typical order. And I started to think about the cost that was involved in fulfilling on an order, from little things like downloading, the time it takes me to download this report, to print out the invoices or pack slips, to my pack team actually taking one of these pack slips and one by one putting the items into the order and backing it up and sticking it into the truck, the space it takes up, right? Like, if I only have people who are, spending $7 for an order, like, that feels like I'm losing money. And so I started penciling out the numbers and kind of figured out, well, I'm like breaking even on some of these, and I really need to raise my average order value. And I hadn't ever really thought about all the other factors that go into kind of deciding how do you even figure out strategies to get people to spend more. So, I started implementing this, and I've noticed a shift. So I'm going to share 3 different ways that you can get people to spend more so that you can get that break-even point that you need in order to be profitable. And I hope that you can take some of these and implement them like literally today or tomorrow in your next offer. Okay, so let's dive in. This is going to be a quickie episode. Number 1, create bundling and package deals. So don't just put individual products in the store, but bundle them together so that there's a higher value for that bundle, right? We want to entice people to take the whole package. It'll be at a higher price point, and now we've hit that kind of minimum threshold. Now, you could create bundles of popular products at a slightly discounted rate compared to buying each item separately. For example, you might make something like a family grill pack with a variety of meats that are suitable for barbecuing. Or I know I've seen things like best of chicken pack or best of beef pack, or for a vegetable grower, I was kind of brainstorming like my best of heirloom tomatoes pack or something like that. I know that those heirlooms are really popular, and you take out the decision fatigue for the customer and you just put all the really awesome heirloom tomatoes that you know are incredible into one package. Those are already a pretty premium priced product. And now someone's like, boom, yeah, I want that whole package of fun heirlooms. And you've just gotten them to spend a whole lot more. Meal kits is another way you could do this, where you offer prepackaged meal kits that include all the meats that you need for a specific recipe. And if you include like the cooking instructions, even better. Okay, so bundling and package deals, super easy way. I want you to look at your product suite right now and think about what would that look like? How could I put together a kit or some kind of a bundle that pairs certain things together that naturally go together, or my best sellers or my best of, or a sampler pack. Play around with that, okay? Number 2, this is one that I implemented this past week and I saw some big results. Set a minimum order value. Now, you can't do this at the farmer's market. You can't turn someone away if all they want to buy is one onion. But inside of an online store, your platform should be able to do this for you. And this is something we implemented where we used to have no minimum order value. You could just order whatever. And I was having that situation where people would come in and buy like 1 pint of gooseberries, and that was it, right? That's a lot of work. And so now I've set a minimum order value that customers have to reach in order to even be able to order. Like, I'm not even going to let you check out unless you hit this number. And one thing I will bring up here is if you do this, make sure you communicate it to your customers, because I didn't do a good job of that. I mean, I put it in the email, I had it at the top of the store, but I think I could have been a little more intentional about it here at the beginning of the season when I implemented it, because I did have a lot of people texting me this past week saying, is your store broken? I can't seem to order. And then I would have to write back and I'm like, hey, is your order minimum, this amount? And they're like, oh, there's an order minimum. And I'm like, yeah, business decision. And they're like, okay, that's cool. This also affected my abandoned cart rate. It was 90% last week, the first time that I did this. And I know that that's because I had a bunch of people initially go in and do the behavior they've always done, which is put in like that 1 pint of snap peas and only to discover when they tried to check out that they couldn't. I'm pretty sure that's why I had a high abandoned cart rate. So just communicate this new policy and it'll, just realize you're going to have that higher abandoned cart rate for a while, but then it'll eventually drop as people learn this new system. Don't be afraid to test it. And I got to tell you guys, like, it worked. We made twice as much as we normally do. And that was pretty exciting for me. So gosh, this is a really easy one to quickly test. Just test it. Oh my gosh, just test it for 1 or 2 weeks. I kind of promise you're not going to lose money. You're going to be surprised. So this was really exciting. You could also offer some additional perks for orders that meet or exceed the threshold, like free shipping or a free product or a discount on the next purchase, or maybe you do like a monthly giveaway. So have some fun with that. That's kind of playing around in the offer sandbox to build a cool offer. But minimum order value, super easy way to get at this. Now, I encourage you to add a banner if you can, or a pop-up on your website. I don't think this is possible in the local line store. I'll be asking them if this is something they can add, but if you can add a banner that says free shipping on orders over $75 or, whatever, that could be helpful. Or during the checkout process, if a customer's order is below the threshold, display a message that says something like, add $10 more to your cart to qualify for XYZ, free shipping or whatever. Actually, this happened to me recently when I tried to buy some RC airplanes for my son's birthday from flighttest.com. And as I got through to the end of the process, I saw the shipping was going to be, like $17 or something. And then it said, add $1.99, or you're just, $1.99 away from free shipping. And I'm like, what? So I literally went in and I bought some random wire or connector that cost $2.99 just so I could hit that threshold, right? Like, it's crazy what we do, but that got me to increase my cart. So just kind of interesting story there. We will do things to get that free gift. So be thinking about that. What else was I going to say here? Recommend products that can help customers reach the minimum threshold. So if a customer's cart is $10 short of free shipping or whatever, you might suggest a very specific product. You could suggest adding a pack of sausages or a season blend. I don't know if your software allows you to do that, but that's another thought. Okay. let's move on. Last one, number 3. Third way that you can increase your average order value. I love this one. Offer volume discounts as you build offers. Okay, so an example, there's a couple here that I think are the obvious ones. Tiered pricing, a tiered pricing offer. So this is an example. This would be like where you provide a discount for purchasing in larger quantities. So you might have 3 different coupon codes in a way, or 3 different ways to save. So spend that's why it's called tiered. So spend $50, you get $5 off. Spend $100, you get $10 off. Spend $200, you get $30 off, right? So you have these different tiers, and each one builds a slightly bigger discount the more you spend. So you have to kind of work on the numbers to figure out what that will look like for you. But the goal is to offer a discount for buying more 5 pounds of ground beef instead of 1 pound, right? They're going to go for the deal and they'll end up spending more. That increases the average order value. This is something that was introduced inside of the coupon code challenge this month. I think it was week 2. It was one of the 2 types of codes that I encourage you to play around with. If you want to subscribe to that challenge, by the way, it's free. It's a great way to play around with coupon codes and actually get them set up in your e-commerce platform so you can turn them on and off during the season. You can do that by going to mydigitalfarmer.com/coupon code. Bulk orders is another category under this volume discount category. So encouraging bulk purchases by offering a discount on larger orders, or maybe you do the free shipping, lure, bait, whatever. Again, sometimes you need to just move inventory too, and this is a great way to do that. But all of a sudden, a person is interested in spending a whole lot more money with you, increasing that AOV if you have some kind of a discount or a special offer, free gift that they get if they buy in large amounts. Okay, there you have it. Those are my top 3 favorite ways to increase your average order value. Now, next week, just as a little tease, I am going to do an episode all about how to figure out what your order minimum should be. So if you take that second strategy that I shared and you want to create an order minimum, how do you figure out what it should be so that you can be profitable? And we're going to talk through the metrics that you need to look at and the steps to determine your order minimum. Okay, it's going to be a really good episode, really practical, so don't miss that one. All right, that's all I got. Today's show notes can be found at mydigitalfarmer.com/269. And if you liked this episode, please go leave me a rating or a review on the show, or you can send me an email to mydigitalfarmers@gmail.com and let me know what you think of the show. I might end up reading your testimonial on next week's podcast. Now, if you want to get onto my email list, don't forget I have some free stuff to send your way to make your marketing even better, to help you build out your sales strategy. You can go to mydigitalfarmer.com/subscribe. I get really good reviews on that, so definitely do that if you haven't already. Don't forget, I'm now on Instagram at mydigitalfarmer. You'll find me inside of stories most of the time. I show up there with a little business tip from time to time throughout the week. I'd love to connect with you there. And if you would love to be on the show as a guest, I am currently recruiting people to interview. So reach out to me at mydigitalfarmers@gmail.com and we'll see if we're a match. Have an awesome week, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I believe in you. Have a great week. Bye.